Hi. I wanted to get a little vulnerable today on the internet and share a story because it's a little vulnerable to share this, but it's the compounding moments day in and day out that had led me to this moment, this vulnerable moment that I'm about to share. And I'm proud of it. So, the day before Mother's Day, my youngest woke me up and she was saying how we haven't made a card for you for Mother's Day or something along those lines. And I remember just initially feeling like, immediately, like I got this icky feeling and I just felt sad. And I remember thinking, like, my husband thinks I'm just an afterthought. Like, he waited till the last second to get the kids to make me a Mother's Day card. And I got thinking of all the things, how I'm always thinking about my family and my husband and my kids and doing stuff for them. And then I took a second and I decided to observe myself experiencing this emotion. And in that moment that I decided to observe it, it created like this buffer space where all of a sudden that emotional charge and those thoughts I was having about my husband thinking I'm like a last, like, thinking of me last minute, it's like those claws, that emotional charge was removed from me. And I could see the truth of that moment, not just the spirals and stories I had created about that emotion, about how my husband, I'm second thought to him. No, I saw the truth underneath that emotion, which is how my husband shows up on a day to day basis, the way he shows up and loves me and creates safety in our home, the way he makes sure that I take my self care seriously. Like, that's what I mean. And in that moment, I was able to recognize how that emotional charge had created all these stories. And I was able to move through my day so differently, not having that emotion paint my whole day about being upset about my. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't even truly upset. It was just a moment. And had I kept going with those stories about my husband and how he thought I was just like he thought of me last minute, that would have painted my whole day like that. But instead, I moved through it with clarity and love and with the knowing that I chose not to let that feeling paint my day. And the fact that I have the awareness to recognize that I moved through my day so differently makes me so fucking proud because I've worked really hard to get where I am. And fuck, as somebody who always had running commentary in their mind, to be able to have the capacity in the space to recognize when an emotion comes in and to recognize the stories that I created around it and to recognize that I don't want that to paint my whole day because that's not rooted in truth. It's rooted in fear. Like, what a fucking blessing. Um, Change is possible. And I just want you to know that.